schnell schauen, ob man mich so hört oder ob ich eine Party machen muss. Hört man mich? Okay. Lassen wir uns mal den Wahnsinn angucken, wa? Mann, ist das ein Riesenfisch.
Was sind die anderen Hechten?
Das sieht aus wie ein Hai.
Hi.
Mal schauen, wo uns der Weg hinführt.
In my wake, the law. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Außer wäre grob wie gesprungen gewesen. Da hätte ich auch durchgehen können. Also wie gesagt, das wäre wie gesprungen. Alter, was ist das für ein Auto? Also hier will ich ungern aufwachen.
What a putrid offering.
Opfergabe? Ein Riesenportwaller als Opfergabe.
Also das jenes muss. Hunger gehabt haben.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
What? Warum kommt die Information zu...
Was zum Räuchern?
Nee, zum Rennen. Also wenn da so immer Informationen kommen, das ist immer nie gut.
Manchmal kommt die Information auch 3 Stunden, manchmal auch erst 3 Stunden vorher.
Ja, aber manchmal ist es nicht gerade berauschend.
In den meisten Horror-Games.
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Erinnert mich an Davy Jones. Gute Versuch. Das ist nur ein doofer Traum.
Da würde ich nur einpissen bei so einem Traum.
Mhm. Nicht nur du würdest dich da einpissen.
Zum Glück kann ich das aber kontrollieren.
Ja, ich glaube nicht, dass du in der Situation wahrscheinlich das auch kontrollieren kannst.
Also ich hatte schon öfters Abtauchen, wenn mir das eingetötet. Beim Aufwachen dann vielleicht. Ist das jetzt weiterspielen?
Ja,
Ja, ich schaust.
ich habe wegen Zuschauern.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend.
Der Mann hat nie verstanden, dass seine Frau ihn verlassen hat. Er hat mich noch Wochen nach dem Ende der Untersuchung angerufen. Edward Pierce, verheiratete Frau, brennt mit ihrer besten Freundin durch. Der Ehemann konnte es einfach nicht begreifen.
The good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Eine klassische Erpressungsgeschichte in einer Flüsterkneipe. Dem Barbesitzer, der mich angehört hatte, gefiel es gar nicht, wie ich diesen Fall abgeschlossen hatte. Aber was kann man schon machen, wenn man gesetzeswidrig gehandelt hat und ein Privatdetektiv Beweise gegen einen hat?
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. I should get rid of all this stuff.
Und natürlich speichert er, wenn ich das Ding ausmache.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Der Doktor kann mir noch so oft erzählen, dass ich mir eine Medizin nicht benötigen würde, um die Erinnerung zu verdrängen, aber sie werden zurückkehren, wenn ich sie nicht weiter einnehme, und eines Morgens werde ich dann nicht mehr aufwachen.
Wow,
Geil.
geile Voraussetzung.
Trotz der Behandlung sprechen wieder Stimmen in Trauben zu mir, aber sie klingen so anders, so sonderbar. Hoppala. Als würden sie aus düsteren, uralten Tiefen emporkommen. Was ist das für ein fremdes Wesen, das nach mir ruft?
Das klingt ja schon sehr verlockend. Was ist das?
What the hell? Los, bitte.
Sieht aus wie so ein Feuerzeug, was?
Mhm. Ein Schluck nehmen. Könnte helfen. Das schon wird mein Schicksal. What the hell, Alter, das kann ja heiter werden.
Wie? Das hat jetzt gerade schon dein Schicksal beeinflusst?
Yep.
Hast du Alkohol
Been
gemacht?
too long since I've slept in a bed.
Ich habe keine Ahnung.
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I have business here to attend to.
Anrufen.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce?
private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Mrs. Sheriff, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. Fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Alles klar. Verteile deine Charakterpunkte. Jeder Charakterpunkt ermöglicht dir eine Fähigkeit zu verbessern. Redegewandtheit beeinflusst deine Fähigkeit, Gesprächspartner durch die Kraft von Worten zu beeinflussen. Verbesserst du diese Fähigkeit, steigt deine Chance, andere im Gespräch zu überzeugen oder zu manipulieren. Entdecken ist die Fähigkeit, versteckte Gegenstände aufzuspüren. Verbesserst du diese Fähigkeit, deine Chance, versteckte Gegenstände zu finden. Nicht entdeckte Gegenstände erscheinen nicht im Spiel.
Was?
Unter Psychologie fällt dein Wissen über menschliches Verhalten. Verbesserst du diese Fähigkeit, steigt deine Chance, die Motivation einer Person anhand der Verhaltens- oder der Analyse eines Gegenstands zu verstehen. Ein Untersuchungstalent. Verbesserst du diese Fähigkeit, steigt deine Chance, vergangene Ereignisse durch das Analysieren eines Tatorts oder einen Gegenstand zu verstehen. Verbesserst du auch die Fähigkeit, Schlösser zu knacken. Okkultismus repräsentiert dein Wissen der okkulten Wissenschaft. Verbesserst du diese Fähigkeit, steigt deine Chance, Herkunft und Verwendung okkulter Artefakte zu erkennen und dein Wissen über den Mythos anzuwenden. Medizin. Fähigkeit, deine Chance, Medizin richtig zu dosieren, eine Diagnose zu erstellen oder ein medizinisches Problem zu verstehen.
Medizin. Das nur CP-Punkte.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
I'm coming.
Was?
Das sieht ja sehr einladend aus.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem. And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness, or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Der sieht aus wie der Rechte sieht aus wie er jetzt gerade. Eine Versandadresse. Sie ist zum Teil unleserlich, aber ein Teil ist erkennbar. Lagerhaus 36, Darkwater. Der Polizeibericht. Hier steht, dass das Feuer im Esszimmer ausbrach und die gesamte Familie tötete. Die Polizei gibt als Brandursache einen häuslichen Unfall an, verweist aber auf die schlechte geistige Verfassung von Sarah Hawkins. Aber warum? Ein Zeitungsausschnitt, ein Artikel über die Hochzeit von Sarah und Charles Hawkins, ein Geschäftsmann von der Insel Darkwater. Sie führen ein zurückgezogenes Leben mit ihrem einzigen Sohn Simon.
Schönes Bild.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Was?
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Ich kann es versuchen, aber ob es funktioniert, ist eine andere Frage.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. Police are sticking to the accident theory.
Keine
No,
Ahnung.
they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Ich kann ja mal.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a...
That's what I believe, too. And yet a
Genau das gleiche halt. Dann habe ich ja eigentlich alles durch.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse.
That's right. It.
And you think your daughter could have been...
That is what you must go to Dark.
Oh, dann habe ich keine Informationen mehr, die ich rausholen kann aus ihm.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet
Aber
down.
dann wissen, was du zu dem
I'm on
gemeint
your
hast.
side.
Sagst dir, weißt du?
Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Na, irgendwann muss man ja doch mal...
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. I wonder why I still take these things.
Alles klar.
Die Ärzte haben sich verschrieben, als ich aus dem Krieg zurückkehrte. Sie sagten, sie würden den Albträumen ein Ende bereiten. Seit einiger Zeit lässt die Wirkung immer mehr nach. Ja, wenn man sie die ganze Zeit nimmt, dann lässt irgendwann das nach. Doch hat gesagt.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island ist seit dem 14. Jahrhundert bewohnt und noch immer durchdrungen von Erinnerungen an frühesten Stammesleben. Bei aller Romantik dieser langsam verfallenen Zeugnisse naiver und primitiver Religion darf aber die Brutalität der alten Götter nicht vergessen werden. Ein gewaltiges Wesen schmückt noch immer die Wände lange verlassene Höhlen. War es ein Gott des Meeres oder der Träume? Das weiß niemand mehr. Doch die heutigen Einwohner-Nachkommen stolzer Walfänger gedenken noch immer der geheimnisvollen und aufwühlenden Geschichte ihrer kleinen Insel vor der Küste Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
So, muss ich gedrückt halten. Pierce nahm den Fall Hawkins an. Der Künstlerin wird vorgeworfen, den Brand verursacht zu haben, der sie und ihre Familie tötete. Der einzige Hinweis ist ein verstörendes Gemälde, das sie ihrem Vater hinterließ. Die Absenderadresse ist ein Lagerhaus am Hafen der Insel Darkwater. Ich hab meine...
Hast du eine andere Wahl, als den Fall anzunehmen?
So gesehen nicht. Man wird ja jetzt gerade indirekt gezwungen.
Der Ladebalken geht irgendwie nicht weiter.
Guten Abend. Mario Kart. Bitte warten. Alles okay?
Ja, ich habe mal geatmet.
Achso. Man braucht lange zum Laden. Ich bin schon in Kapitel 2. Knack, knack, knack. Auch uns geht's soweit gut. Und auf in den Wahnsinn.
almost there.
Die sieht ja schon einladend aus. Oh, schon mal der Schiffsplatz. Das sind so das Zeugnis.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah
Nee, nicht
Hawkins.
wirklich, wa?
A nice young woman, and a great pain to me. What a tragedy.
Darf ich
You
jetzt
know what?
verwenden?
Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Mit Fitzroy sprechen. Ja, mache ich gleich. Lass mal hier ein bisschen kurz umgucken. Vor allem die Schnur am Ende sieht voll komisch aus. Scheint kriegt auch nichts dran.
Nee.
So, guck mal, Tagebuch? Nee, das ist das Pausemenü. So.
Ein C4 wieder.
Verstehe. Hier braucht man noch 4 CP-Punkte, um ein neues Level zu erreichen. 6? Keine Ahnung.
Auch 6.
Ja, muss ja vorher Besuchstaste gedrückt. Okay. Verstorben, also das ist die Familie. Hier gibt es mehrere grüne Sachen.
Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster? The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. Oh, yeah? It's a sign. There's something coming.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed him.
Nee, das sieht auch nicht normal aus. Nee, das steht nicht so sehr im Weg.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
Okay, den kann ich nicht nochmal ansprechen. Fertig. Guck mal, was ich noch so alles entdecken könnte. Bevor ich... Gesundheit. Gesundheit.
Nothing for you here
You can
either.
stay to watch it.
Pretense.
You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard.
Ich gehe ja schon. Ich wollte nur schauen.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Schön.
Alkoholverbot. Schaut doch nicht alles so grimmig.
Die sehen alle ein bisschen vergiftet aus.
Vergiftet, grimmig, ich glaube, das liegt am Nebel.
Nicht nur an dem Nebel, aber an den Fischen. Kein Alkohol, aber ja.
Alkohol ist verboten, weißt du.
Hey, be careful.
Die sehen eher so aus, als würden sie nicht direkt hierher gehören.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Also das, ja, die Bilder will ich mal gerne selbst mir mal
I've got
angucken.
what I need.
Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Spiel gespeichert.
Schon wieder? Doch kein gutes Zeichen. Abgeschlossen. Darfst nicht rein.
Nö. Also ich darf nicht auf Klo gehen.
Muss in die Ecke pillen.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Meh.
Wahrscheinlich musst du es jetzt unter den Tisch trinken. Weil du jetzt den Trink genommen hast, schon am Anfang.
I told you to beat it.
Okay, doch nicht.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Ich glaube nicht, dass das überfischt wurde.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Einerseits an den Traum und schräg an den, der draußen war.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
No.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Wundersamer Fang. Skylar kehrt in den Hafen zurück und rettet Darkwater vor der Hungersnot. Wir hatten die Hoffnung bereits aufgegeben. Die Besatzung des Gila, oder das, was von ihr übrig blieb, kehrte am Dienstagnachmittag in den Hafen von Darkwater zurück. Die Bewohner versammelten sich sofort am Hafen, um das letzte Walfängerschiff in der Insel willkommen zu heißen, und sie waren erstaunt beim Anblick des unglaublichen Fang an Bord des Schiffs. Der Walfisch wird schon jetzt wundersamer Fang genannt, mit einer Größe, die selbst die mächtigen Zahnwale übertrifft, bedeckt der Walfisch der gesamten Deck und hing teils darüber hinweg. Die überlebenden Seeleute erzählten eine furchterregende Geschichte von ihrem gefährlichen Fang, aber auch vom Fleisch, seiner unbeschreiblichen Qualität und seiner Nahrhaftigkeit. Es besteht kein Zweifel, dass der Wal mit seiner gewaltigen Größe viele Bewohner von Darkwater ernähren kann und so die Hungersnot beendet, unter die die Insel seit längerer litt. Lagerhaus zu vermieten. Mr. Morgs vermietet sein Lagerhaus ab Juni für die Fischerei, Werkstatt oder Lagernutzung. Sie können ihn über Ihre Lieblingszeitung erreichen oder ihn am Hafen antreffen. Festlichkeiten im gestandenen Wal. Anlässlich der Rückkehr der mutigen Walfänger lädt die Schenke zum gestrandeten Wal zu einer außergewöhnlichen Gratisverkostung ein. Bringen Sie Ihre Familie und Freunde mit und kosten Sie den wunderbaren Fang. Jeder bekommt eine Flasche Walran. Zögern Sie also nicht.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker and a debtor.
12, 60,
Interesting.
69.
Sieht so aus, wa? 12 oder 68 oder
Keine Ahnung.
tu mir sowas mit 6. Der Fall sieht definitiv nicht normal gestorben aus.
Der zumindest nicht.
Die Lampe leuchtet so komisch. Kann ich dich aufheben?
Keine Lampe. Nein. Alle Lampen leuchten hier so komisch.
Da bleibt ja nur noch der Weg nach oben.
Was ist nach oben? Und das ist die Skyline. Und das Spieler, was wir gesehen haben.
Sieht so aus.
Muss es ja ein Riesenwald gewesen sein. Oder nicht?
Reicht eigentlich nur eine Tür, wa?
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Ja, schnapp dir einfach mal ein Drohbrief.
Schnüffler, Detektiv. Schnüffel in allen Schubladen. Kapitän, die Abmachung ist klar. Halte deine Leute im Zaum. Du kannst es dir nicht leisten, uns zu provozieren. Du musst nicht antworten. Gib dem Überbringer einfach deine Zahlung. Kate.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Yep.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Könnte ja mal wieder aus.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Sieht irgendwie mehr aus, die Tafel.
A Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Dann ist das die Skila, wirklich.
Da hinten, ne?
Mhm.
Haben wir ja beim Reinfahren in der Forschung gesehen.
Oh. Wo ich mir mit den Quatsch
Noch so ein Räucherding.
Über Räucherz. Dieser zweite Band lehrt Ethik zu Verfahren über männliches Personal. Das Ding ich hier auch machen. Medizinvorschrift. Ah. Also die beiden muss ich dann finden, damit es aussteigt. Ne, nur Lichteffekt.
Also. Entschuldigung.
Schöne Muschelsammlung.
Aber irgendwas wird noch mit diesem Räucherzeug sein. Schatz.
Das Bild sieht komisch aus.
Mhm.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Auf diesem Foto posiert ein Mann, der Kapitän Fritz und ähnlich sieht auf der Brücke eines Schiffes. Er hat ein Holzbein. Nichts drin.
What a macabre souvenir.
Paddelbootbein.
Nee. Oh, bleibt ja nur das Gequatsche jetzt mit ihm. Oder hat er
Aber
noch?
dass die alle Laternen räuchern.
Soll wahrscheinlich Effekt sein oder so. Hm? Achso, das
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
Nur noch wenige Daten sind lesbar: 1890, 1907 und ein Teil eines anderen Datums. Der Rest des Dokuments wurde geschwärzt. Warum würde jemand diese Information verbergen wollen? Mann, ist der schnell. Achso. Verkehrt teleportiert.
Wie die Monster? Ja?
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I'm looking for Warehouse 36. You know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Das hätte man noch nicht übersehen können.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, They're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Und gucken, was passiert, wenn ich jetzt Holzbein anquatsche. Aber vorher mache ich meinen Punkt hier.
What a macabre souvenir.
Ein Weg im Lagerhaus 36 finden, ja, ja, würde ich ja gerne. Ich komme ja gerade nirgendwo durch. Oh, ja, wow. Ja.
What could have done so much damage?
Der Schaden sieht komisch aus. Kann ich mit dir quatschen?
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
I'd like to know more about the Hawkins case.
I don't think so.
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
Don't aggravate me, sir.
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable.
Toby.
Especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Dein Brüderchen schaut zu.
Welcher? Rick oder Tobi?
Tobi.
Tobi.
Noch ein Angler. Hat er wenigstens, fängt der wenigstens was?
Ich glaube nicht.
So sehe ich noch nicht mal die Schnur.
Jetzt hat alles hat dir gerade in die Fresse gehalten.
Ja, hab ich auch gesammelt. So viele Boote.
Was steht denn da für eine Figur?
Da wollte ich gerade hin. Wenn ich da hinkomme.
Ja gut.
Damnation. Broke it.
Ups. Ah, da.
St. Brendan. Patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
So viel Information. Lag der da schon vorher drauf? Ja, nur wahrscheinlich. Kann ich das nochmal machen?
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Oh, schade. Bin du weit? Bin ich durch? Da renne ich mal ein bisschen. Okay, mit der kann ich nichts machen.
Kannst du mal zu wegen der Großmutter sagen?
Na, der hätte ich ja.
Ach so.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
I told
We
you.
saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I respect your beliefs.
Our beliefs? You mean you don't believe in God?
That's irrelevant.
That's what you think.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us.
Kannst mir ja schreiben.
Now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Zu tief ins Glas, ne?
Nur ein bisschen.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Das Grün kommt wahrscheinlich von der komischen Laterne da.
Ja, aber trotzdem, du weißt, was ich jetzt in der Hinsicht meine, ne? Dass das so ein bisschen kurios ausschaut. Also der definitiv zu tief ins Glas gekippt.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your... How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Ja, gut. Ja, macht Freude.
Gucken, was passiert, wenn ich jetzt einfach so hingehe.
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's gonna be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Alles klar?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
Sehr freundlich. Ich möchte nur noch eins. Das hattest du gehört.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
Ich kann mir vorstellen, wer diese Kate
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Mhm.
Das war ja auch die einzige Frau besetzt hier. Oder nicht?
Ja.
Oh yeah. He's gonna get us into trouble.
Schau, das hatte ich. Ich hatte zwar die Informationen gekriegt, aber ich muss es noch
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told that flunk that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
Mann, streiten die sich. Gucken, kann der hier was Neues sagen?
You're back again. What can I do for you?
These bootleggers seem unwilling to let anyone approach the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
Zumindest wüsste ich jetzt einen Weg reinzukommen.
Ich kann das jetzt hier.
Die Autonummer kann ich eh.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. Just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message. I told you to beat it.
Okay, mit ihr kann ich erstmal nicht sprechen.
Dass die wohl doch unter den Tisch trinken sollen. Was?
Nee, es war ja eher, dass sie die Leute unterm Tisch trinkt.
Also.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
Vielleicht ist das auch mein Plan. Dass sie aufmerksam auf mich wird.
Und die Harten von den Garten. Ja, okay. Warum hast du jetzt gerade diesen Hinweis gekriegt?
A handle. It must come from these old winches. This ratchet device seems to be usable. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
So viel Gerümpel. Nö.
Okay. Einfach nur so ein rotes Ding.
This tunnel goes under the warehouses.
Wie komme ich darauf? Ah.
Hast du sie nicht gesehen?
Nein, ich bin ehrlich, ich habe sie nicht gesehen.
Ich hätte dich suchen lassen.
Ja, du ist mir klar.
I could use this old winch to lift
Was
the grate.
beschwerst du dir, wenn ich dir helfe? Das ist die Kugel. Ja, fehlt wohl noch irgendwas. Das Seil?
Doch hier irgendwas? Hoch!
Ja, hab ich doch gesagt, dass da was liegt.
should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Frage ich mich auch gerade. So schnell.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Ich hab gar nichts gemacht. Frage ich mich auch gerade.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Your turf? That's news to me.
For a guy who has no idea, you've been doing a fair bit of poking around. My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, Detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Oh, das waren die Nüsse. Aua. Das ist unfair.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Also eine unfaire Spielerin.
Oh, I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
Ich bin hier hinten gelandet. In der Ecke. So geil.
Geh in die Ecke, schäm dich. Nicht wahr?
Oh, jetzt sitzt er wieder in der Ecke.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah, aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly. But it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us. And they'll be here long after we are gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you. To make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me. And I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective.
Na, dass ich weiterkomme, habe ich
Follow me.
jetzt mal so gemacht, dass ich ihr einen Gefallen tue. Wenn es
I
sein
was
muss.
given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit. And nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Get it. Nobody listens to us anyway. That's no way to treat an omen. Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not seeing.
Wahrscheinlich hätte das Ding wahrscheinlich auch wieder reparieren können oder sowas in der Art.
It's fine. He's with me.
Okay.
Man hat ja nicht mitgekriegt, was kaputt ist.
Na, wahrscheinlich die...
Die Kugel.
Weiter geht nicht, schade.
Be a gentleman and leave that for me.
So eine Gefallen getan, so, jetzt lass mich in Ruhe. Macht er wahrscheinlich automatisch.
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Dann viel Spaß, Schatz.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this?
Die Überredungskünste würde ich mal ein bisschen hoch machen vielleicht.
This place and the Sarah Hawkins case.
Licht! Oh, da bin
The
ich.
glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages? Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? It smells as bad as it looks.
Das hätte... Nee, also...
Someone treasures this crumpled picture to the point of sleeping with it. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Das scheint jetzt nicht mehr so ein. Tropft runter.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage, or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them.
Du hast ein Ei in der Hose, aber du bist leider zu fett, um sie zu sehen.
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Kapitel 3. Garten des Hawkins Anwesens. Pierce hatte es im Lagerhaus geschafft. Der Ort, der verlassen sein sollte, hielt einige Überraschungen bereits Zeichen eines Bewohners sowie ein angesenktes Gemälde. Er wird von Officer Bradley bei seiner Untersuchung unterbrochen, kann ihn aber überzeugen, ihnen bei der Ermittlung zu helfen. Der Polizist erklärt sich bereit, den Detektiv zum Anwesen der Hawkins zu fahren. Yay!
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Winchester, lol.
I I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
You're talking about Winchester.
That's right. The Hawkins' old caretaker. Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like his son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Das war gewesen, komm wieder.
Büschel war.
Soll ich nochmal drehen? Klickt er weiter.